Welcome, Ayubowan. So this lesson is going to focus on prepositions, right? Prepositions which could be along with the age, lists, numbers, weights, etc. Okay, so let us have a look at it. Prepositions at, above, below, over, under are used to describe a person's age. When we want to refer to the exact age, right, of that person, we use the preposition at. Students in many countries start schooling at the age of 6. So we're referring specifically to the age of 6. Okay. Mr. Meniarts opted for late retirement at the age of 65. So you're being very specific. When you want to refer to the exact age of a person, that's when you use at. But when do you use above? So let's have a look at an example. To enter the art competition, students must be above 6 years, right? So, just one dot. So, to enter the art competition, the students must be above 6 years. So, anyone who is above 6 years can enter the art competition, okay? So, here in Sri Lanka, you can start to work when you're over 18 years. Okay, I'm just giving an example. It's not, correct, right? But I'm just using the preposition. If you're under 18 years, you cannot get your driving license. Okay. If you're, or let's say for an example, you can enter the singing competition, or all children who are below the age of 7 years can enter the singing competition. So above is just above a certain age, okay? Over again certain age, below, under is according to a certain age, right? But then you have a lot of ages there, right? But here at refers to one specific age only, all right? Next one, here is above and over. Refer to the ages higher than a specific age level. So that's what we were talking about before. The hotel has provided facilities for those above the age of 6. So anyone who is above 60, okay, sorry, not 660, right? They have the special facilities. Only those over 12 can get the COVID-19 vaccine. So if you're below 12, can you get the COVID vaccine? No. Anyone who is above 12, can they get it? Yes. So refer to ages higher than a specified age level. Next one, below and under, they refer to ages lower than a specified age level. Children below 6 years cannot enter the play area unless accompanied by an adult. Those under 18 are not considered to be adults. So here you have below and under. So anyone who is below 6 years, they cannot enter the play area unless their mom or dad or some adult is supervising them. Okay, so if you're 1 year, 2 year, 3, 4, 5 years old, you just cannot enter the play area alone, right? So here, below or under, they refer to ages which are lower than a specific age level. Next one, between. Now, between refers to a range of ages. Let's have a look at the example. The copywriting competition is for students between 8 and 10. Okay, so when we say a range, someone who is 8 years, 9 years and 10 years can take part in the competition. Okay, so those who are 8, 9 and 10 years of age can take part in the competition. So just a quick recap. At means a specific age. Above or over means what? It is higher than a specified age, right? Lower or below, it means to the ages below or under or lower than a specified age level. Okay, then you have between, which is the range of the ages, right? Okay, let's have a look at above and below. Now, above and below also refer to the position of someone or something in a group or list. Let's have a look at some examples. All right, so let's have a look at when we use above and below in another instance, right? So above and below refer to the position of someone or something in a group or a list, okay? Yovinma is the head of the finance department. She has 2 other assistants working below her, okay? So usually below means she's the head, okay? And under her, you have a few other people working, okay? You can find Rishini's mobile number just above Sarat's in my notebook, just above. So it is in a list, it's just above or just below, okay? All right. Above, below, between, over and under are used to refer to numbers or quantities, right? Above, below, over, under, they refer to numbers in relation to scales of measurement, that is, you can say price, speed, or even weight. Let's have a look at some examples. They need to bring down the temperature of the hall. It is above 25 Celsius, or you can say it is higher than 25 Celsius. Okay, so Celsius should have this little dot here, right? So here what you need to remember is there are 2 uses of it. Above, below, between, over and under, they are also used to refer to numbers, okay? Above 65, below 65, okay? And even quantities. Above, below, over and under, they refer to numbers in relation to scales of measurement. Price, speed, weight, temperature, right? So above 25 Celsius. Students who scored, this is numbers, below 40 marks are to meet Mr. Sampson for extra lessons. So it means lower than 40 marks. Below 40 marks, it is in terms of numbers, right? So here, above, below, between, over and under, they are used to talk about numbers or quantities. Above, below, over, under, they are also used to talk in terms of relationships or relation to the scales of measurement, price, temperature, speed, weight, etc. Okay? Over over refers to the number in relation of people's height as well, right? So Janardhan is over 5 feet tall. So that is in terms of height. If you want it in relation to people, the New Year Fair attracted over 500 people this Sunday, right? So over can be used in relation to people, as well as you could use it to talk about heights. Okay? Between refers to an approximate number or amount by stating first the smaller number and then the bigger one. So let's have a look at it. The country suffered losses between $3 to $4 billion a year. Okay, so here when you say between, it refers to an approximate number or an amount by stating the first small number and then the bigger one. So we know what it is, right? So the country suffered losses between 3 to 4 billion. So we know 3 billion is the lowest, 4 billion is the highest number. I believe between 40 and 50 people came to the opening of the new cinema on Fleet Street. Again, 40 to 50 people, approximately you get the range of number of people who came, right? The amount was roughly about 40, 50. So you give the lower figure as well as the upper figure or the higher number, right? All right. The preposition between may or may not have to be accompanied by and. It could also involve more than 3 people or things. Now let's have a look at an example before I tell you what it is. The little boy ran between his mother and father, right? Now, what you need to remember is that the word between can be used when you want to talk about how many people there are around you. When you do so, you can or cannot, it is may or may not. You may or may not use and. That depends. And it will usually involve more than 3 people or things. So when you have a look at this, the little boy ran between his mother and father. Okay, so how many people are involved? 3. His mother, his father, and obviously him, the little boy, right? So the little boy ran between his father and mother. So you use and there. Let's have a look at the second one. The little boy ran between his parents. Again, you have 3 people, but the word and is not there. That is why I said you may or may not have to use the word and. Zambia lies between Angola, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Tanzania and the Congo. So there you have and. Okay, so basically Zambia lies in between. You have Angola, you have Zimbabwe, you have Malawi, you have Tanzania, and you have the Congo. Okay. My father divided his properties among, or you can say between, my brother and me. Cut. You could write this by using my father divided his properties, you can say among or between my brother and I. Okay, so my father divided his properties among, or you can say between, my brother and I. Okay, so here what you need to remember is between could be used, right? When you want to, talk about 3 or more people being involved in something, you may or may not use and. So you saw an instance when we used and then when it came to the next one, we didn't want and. Okay. So here is where you have and, here is where you have and, here you have and, but here you don't have and. Okay. All right. At. Oops. Just give me a minute. At is used to refer to an exact number, or it could be an exact quantity. Okay. And by is used to refer to an increase or decrease. It increased by 5%. Now remember these prepositions, right? Because these become very useful for you when you're doing your writing. If you're doing academic writing, especially for task 1, prepositions come quite in handy. So make sure you follow this lesson very, very carefully, right? And I suggest that you actually get a small notebook and then write down the notes. When do you use by? When do you use between? When do you use over? When do you use under? Okay, not just watch it and do the activities, but actually having a little booklet so that you jot down the notes and you go through it time to time, right? Now, when you want to refer to an exact number, you can use at. The antique chair was priced at $800. So the exact number, okay? You use by to refer to an increase or decrease, okay? So you can say the baby's weight increased by 3 pounds last month. So increase, or you can say the fuel prices increased by 10%, or the fuel prices decreased by 10%. Or the difference between 2 quantities. Okay, so it reduced. So example, if you have, say, last month, it was, so let me drop an example, right? So say, Jan, it was, you sold 200 kilos of carrots, for an example, okay? February, you sold 100 kg of carrots, and then March, you sold 250 kgs of carrots, okay? So you want to talk about the difference, okay? So here you can say, oh, this increased by 100, sorry, this decreased by 100 kg, okay? So when you're looking at the difference between 2 quantities, right, you can say by, okay? So here and here, there was an increase by 150, right? So you want to talk about the differences. Very, very important, as I told you, when it comes to your writing task 1, especially for academic students. So the antique chair was priced at $800, but the shop brought it down to $700 during the sale. So that was what? It reduced by $100. The baby's weight increased by 3 pounds last month. So when you want to show an increase or decrease, you can use by. Now, let's have a look at these sentences. Why is B correct? And why is A wrong? These music boxes are not suitable for children less than or lower than 2 years. These music boxes are not suitable for children below or under 2 years. Now, do we use less than 5 years, lower than 5 years? Do we use those words? No. Okay. We don't use less and lower. We use below or under when we want to talk about the age and the here, let me just show it here. When you want to talk about the age lower than a specific level. So we use below and under only. We don't use less. Okay? So first one is wrong. Second one is correct. Let's have a look at the next one. B is right, A is wrong. Your name is on top of mind. Can you say top of mind? No. Your name is above mind. When you're talking about a list, above, below, right? Your name is above mind. So you don't say your name is on top of mind. Right? That is wrong. When you speak, you might say these things, but when you write, please don't write it that way. Next one, why is 3B correct and 3A wrong? The temperature yesterday was up to 28 degrees Celsius. Okay. So, do you really want to say it was up 28 degrees? No. It was above 28 degrees. You don't use up. All right. Next one. The jewelry on sale are 30% down, or do you say the prices of jewelry on sale have been reduced by 30%. Remember, I told you when you want to talk about an increase or decrease, you use the preposition by. Okay. So here it's not there, therefore it is wrong, but 4B is correct. Underline the correct words in the brackets. Those above or after the age of 50 and those in poor health are strongly advised not to go on the roller coaster ride at the theme park. So you don't say after the age of 40, you say above the age of 40. Mr. Monroe is the head of the forensic unit. He has 30 detectives working by him, below him. Okay. So usually say below him. By is to show increase and decrease, but not to show where the position is of a person. Right? Don't buy from that grocery. Their prices are way above or up those in other groceries in the area. So they are way above. Okay? It's a good day for a run. The temperature is below. You don't say down for the temperature. You say below. You can join our journey if you are over 18. Okay, so if you can come for a journey if you're over 18. Between 18 young adults or between 18 to 22 young adults were arrested yesterday for spraying on the walls around the city. So when you say between, you give a lower and an upper range. So between 18 and 22 young adults. Ned was sad that he missed getting a perfect score on his science exam by just 3 marks. Okay, so it was just by 3 marks that he missed his score. At the age of 60, we want to refer to a specific age, right? So at the age of 60, Mrs. Barnes was still able to carry out demanding duties on the farm. Mr. Mason's daughter is under 4 years. You don't say before. Definitely we don't use it, right? under 4 years of age, so she would join the younger group over there to participate in the game. My brother prefers to train youngsters who are between the ages of 10 and 12. Again, the range, lower and upper. So, let us have a look at the answers. Oops. We've got above, below, over. Right, so having a look at the next activity. Complete the sentences with the correct words in the boxes. So, the prices of goods are increasing. ABC Private Limited, which was trading $5.5 last week, has gone up another $1 today. Now, we have to understand the use of these prepositions. At was used to refer to a specific price, whereas by was used to talk about an increase or decrease. Okay? So, we could say was trading at $5.5 last week, which has gone up by another $1 today. Let's have a look at the next one. The weather was fine in the last 2 days with the temperature blank 25 Celsius. Today, however, it's scorching. I'm sure the temperature is blank 32 Celsius. Okay? So the weather was fine in the last 2 days with the temperature below 25 Celsius. Today, however, it's scorching, really, really warm. I'm sure the temperature is above 32 Celsius. Okay? All right. So, the next one. The housing agent told Mr. Fillers that pricing his old apartment at specific price, right? At $200 was unreasonable because the houses which had more modern designs were dealing with what? Which price range? He was dealing with were between $90 to $150, right? So that is the range. Please keep to the speed limit, James. You're so addicted to driving over. This is for the speed, okay? We were warned about rain, so do drive under. Okay, so here you can write kilometers per hour, okay, kmph or kilometers per hour, okay? Right. Both mansions are what? Over 500 years old. It is claimed in summer between 400 and 500 tourists visit the mansions weekly. Okay, so again we're looking at over specific, over 100 years. Okay, and this one between is the range. Right. So here are your answers in case you want to quickly run through them. All right. Circle the letters of the correct sentences. There may be more than one answer for each question. Okay. So here again you have A, B, C. You need to circle the correct ones, right? Now what you need to remember here is that sometimes there might be more than one answer and then you've got to circle maybe 2 or maybe all 3, right? The Kinya Bridge is longer than the Manampitiya Bridge by 94 meters. The Kinya Bridge is longer than the Manampitiya Bridge above 94 meters. The Kinya Bridge is longer than the Manampitiya Bridge over 94 meters. So, which preposition do you use? By, over, or above? The second one, right? Among Hanzas, it's a valley in Pakistan, and it's believed that when people live there, they live very happily and they're long lasting, they're happy people over there, right? So among Hanzas, it is not uncommon for women above the age of 40 to bear children, okay? Among Hanzas, it is not uncommon for women over the age of 40 to bear children. Among Hanzas, it is not uncommon for women above the ages of 40 and 50 to bear children. So think about it. Okay, and can you circle the correct answers only? For you actually at home, just jot down the correct letter in your notebook, right? So if you need more time, please pause the video, right? The Dead Sea is the lowest point on the Earth's surface. It is about 1,200 feet after sea level. The Dead Sea is the lowest point on the Earth's surface. It is about 1,200 feet at sea level, or it is about 1,200 feet below sea level. So what is the most appropriate answer? Next one. Jonathan weighed over 80 kilos last year, but now he is under 60 kilos. Jonathan weighed over 80 kilos last year, but now he is below 60 kilos. Jonathan weighed over 80 kilos last year, but he is now before 60 kilos. Okay, so which one would you use? The DNA lab is led by Pam Codd. She has 12 assistants working. Moving on, the DNA lab is led by Pam Codd. She has 12 assistants working by her. Now, do we say by her? Or do we say after her? Or do you say below her? Okay? Now, if you have not finished, please pause the video, right? And then do it on your own before we actually discuss the answers. So, here are your answers. First one A, second one A, B, C, third one C, fourth one A and B, fifth one is C. Let's have a look at the first one. Right? The Kenya Bridge is longer than the Manampitiya Bridge by 94 meters. You're showing that it is longer by a certain number which is not in the others, a comparison. So that's correct. Above and over, we don't use it in comparisons. So it is A only. Among the Hanzas, it is not uncommon for women above the age of 40, that's fine. Over the age of 40, that's fine. Among Hanzas, it is not uncommon for women above the ages of 40 and 50 to bear children. Again, that is correct. Okay. So all of those prepositions could be used with the age, and that is fine. So I think A, B, and C are correct. Okay. Third one. So, if it is the lowest point, it should definitely be below. It can't be after, at. Okay. So, it's not at a specific point. It's not after, but it's definitely below. And C is the correct answer. Question number 4. Jonathan weighed over 80 kilos, but he is now under 60 kilos. That's fine for weight. Below 60 kilos, fine for weight. Before 60 kilos, that's something we don't use for weight. So A and B are perfectly fine. Okay? And I think that's what we have used here. The next one is the last one. The DNA lab is led by Pam. She has 12 assistants working by her, after her. We don't say by No increase, no decrease, nothing after her but below her to show your position. Definitely yes. So C is the correct answer. And that's what we have got. All right. Coming to the last activity. Fill in the blanks with suitable words in the box. Each word may be used more than once. So we have at, below, between, by, over. And what you need to remember is that these words could be used more than once. So this is a conversation between Kathy and her mum or her mother. Where did you get that lovely pink jumper, Kathy? I bought it from a little shop on Beat Street, Mum. Mrs. Hill, the owner, is very nice. She helped me choose it and she even reduced the price. Blank $4. So reduce the price. Would you say at, below, between, by? To show a decrease by how much it reduced, she reduced the price by $4. It was priced at when you want to show the specific price. At $24 to begin with. What other colors does she have? Does she have grey? This was the only one she had. Here. Mum, you take it. No, I shouldn't be wearing pink at my age. Mum, where did you get the idea that blank 55 you shouldn't wear pink? I just read it in the latest issue of Second Life that women blank 50 should dress with dignity and leave bright colors to those blank the ages of 21 and 49. Okay, so try it on your own. Let me say this, Mum, and trust my words, even though you're older than me blank 35 years. You have always been able to wear any color. Getting a year older doesn't in any way change that. You should meet Mrs. Hill. She must be blank 60, but you should see how elegant she is. She was wearing a red suit. She said blank 30 and 40 people visit her shop daily. Most of her regular customers are blank the age of 40 and she has helped them stop worrying about their wrinkles and start living. She has set up an exclusive group called the Autumn People and no one blank the age of 50 can gain membership to it. I think you should join it, Mum. It would be fun for you. So please bear in mind, this is an extract from the book Grammar Builder 4. So, take your time and complete the gaps. I did the first two with you, right? So, pause the video while watching and complete the gaps. And here are your answers. I think the first two we did it. Oops, sorry about that. So the first two, by and at, that's exactly what we have written as well. And have a look at the answers for 3 is at, 4 is over, 5 between, 6 by, over, between, over, below. So why are we using over? Because it's talking about the age. Between for a range, by is when you want to show the increase or the decrease. So let us quickly run through it. The third one, Mom, where did you get the idea that at 55, specific age, right? Okay. I just read in the latest issue of Second Life that women over 50 should dress with dignity and leave bright colors to those between the ages of 21 to 49. So let's see if we've got that. At, over, between. Okay. Next one. Let me say this, and trust my words, you're older than me by how many? By 35 years. You have always been able to wear any color, right? You should meet Mrs. Hill. She must be over 60, but you should see how elegant she is. She was wearing a red suit. She said between 30 to 40 people visit her shop daily. So by, over, between, let's see if we've got that. Yes. Most of our regular customers are over the age of 40. So she has started this exclusive group, and no one below the age of 50 can join that specific group. All right. So I think that has now given you a good understanding of which prepositions you can use for ages, which prepositions do you use with lists, which prepositions do you use with the height, with the temperature, with the speed, right? And if there's an increase, if there's a decrease, if there is a range, which prepositions do you use with what? It's, again, I'm reminding you, very, very important, right? Most students get their prepositions mixed up when they're trying to do their task 1, okay? And that is why I've done lots of practice questions with you and explained to you as to which prepositions you use with what. So with that, we come to the end of the lesson. Prepositions with ages, lists, numbers, and weights.